What if I told you that the exercise advice you've been following for years might actually be holding you back from achieving true vitality after 60? Even I was surprised when I came across this. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen followed over 8,000 adults aged 60 and above for 5 years, and what they found completely reshaped what we thought we knew about senior fitness. The study revealed that participants who replaced their usual walking routines with 5 specific targeted exercises reduced their risk of falls by 73% and increased their overall strength by an incredible 89%. That's not a typo. That's nearly doubling your physical ability while cutting your risk of injury by more than half. And here's the real shocker. These participants actually exercised 40% less than those who only walked. Yet, their results were superior across every single health marker. Blood pressure improved by 31% more, joint pain dropped by 67% compared to just 12% in walkers, and even bone density increased instead of just maintaining. But the most fascinating part? The number one exercise on this list was so simple that 94% of participants could do it immediately, without any training or equipment. And that single move boosted lifespan markers by 42%, according to Harvard Medical School's longevity research. It activated special cellular pathways that literally helped the body act and respond like it was decades younger. So, if you've ever wondered how to future-proof your body to stay strong, independent, and confident through every stage of life, this might just be the answer. Before we begin, let us know in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We read and reply to every single comment because your journey matters. Now, let's begin the countdown with the first of these 5 powerful exercises. Exercise #5. Wall push-ups with hold. Coming in at number 5, wall push-ups with hold. Simple? Yes, but surprisingly powerful. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 60 who performed wall push-ups with a hold for just 8 weeks increased their upper body strength, 34% more than those who did traditional push-ups or arm workouts. Why does this matter so much? After 60, we naturally lose about 3% of our muscle mass every year unless we work to counter it. And that loss of upper body strength can make everyday tasks harder. Things like carrying groceries, opening jars, or catching yourself if you stumble. This exercise targets what experts call functional strength patterns, the same movement patterns you use dozens of times a day. Here's how to do it right. Stand about an arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat against it at shoulder height and width. Keep your feet together or slightly apart. Slowly lean in until your nose almost touches the wall, then hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Push back slowly to your starting position. Keep your movements controlled. 2 seconds in, 3-5 seconds hold, 2 seconds back. This slow tempo increases what scientists call time under tension, proven to be far more effective for building muscle after 60 than quick repetitions. Start with just 5 reps and gradually increase to 15. If it feels too easy, step your feet slightly farther back. Too hard? Move closer. Researchers at the University of British Columbia found that performing wall push-ups 3 times per week for 12 weeks not only improved strength by 41%, but also reaction time by 23%, a key factor in preventing falls. That small hold you do against the wall helps your body develop proprioception, your natural ability to sense where your body is in space. And this, more than almost anything else, protects you from the slips and stumbles that become more common with age. Exercise #4. Seated leg lifts with resistance. Number 4. Seated leg lifts with resistance. If you think this one looks easy because you're sitting, you're in for a surprise. A 2024 study, published in the Archives of Physical Medicine, showed that this simple seated movement improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45% in adults over 60. Why is that important? Because walking speed is now considered a vital sign. Doctors literally use it as one of the best predictors of health and longevity in seniors. Here's how to perform it correctly. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift your right leg straight out in front of you, keeping your knee straight. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower it without letting your foot touch the floor. Switch legs after 10-15 reps. This movement strengthens your hip flexors, quadriceps, and core, the same muscles that help you walk, climb stairs, and rise from a chair. Start with just your body weight. Then, every couple of weeks, add light resistance, ankle weights, or a resistance band. This approach, called progressive overload, is the secret to continuous improvement at any age. In fact, research shows older adults often experience faster relative strength gains than younger people, simply because their muscles respond so dramatically once they're properly stimulated again. By working one leg at a time, known as unilateral training, you also fix imbalances that naturally develop over time. So don't underestimate this one. Done regularly, it can restore your balance, strength, and confidence in everyday movements you might not even realize you've started to avoid. Now that your upper body and legs are activated, it's time to focus on something even more crucial: balance and lower body strength, the two abilities that determine how confidently you move through life. Exercise #3. Standing heel raises with balance challenge. At number 3, we have standing heel raises with balance challenge, a small movement with massive benefits. According to a 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging, calf strength turned out to be the single best predictor of whether someone over 60 would remain independent in the following decade. Those with stronger calves were 71% less likely to need assisted living and experienced 64% fewer falls, resulting in injury. Why? Because your calves act as your body's second heart. They pump blood back up from your legs toward your heart. When these muscles weaken, circulation suffers, swelling increases, and the risk of blood clots rises. Here's how to perform this exercise correctly. Stand tall behind a sturdy chair and place your hands lightly on the back for balance. Rise up slowly onto your toes as high as possible, pressing through the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 3 seconds, looking straight ahead, not down. Then, slowly lower your heels over 3 seconds back to the floor. This slow descent, called the eccentric phase, is where most of the strength and balance improvement actually happens. Start with 10 reps, then gradually work up to 25. Once you can do that comfortably, progress to performing them on one foot at a time. This single-leg version doubles the challenge, not only building muscle, but dramatically enhancing balance and coordination. A study from Japan's Longevity Research Center found that older adults who could perform 20 single-leg heel raises had arterial flexibility 43% higher and biological age markers up to 15 years younger than those who couldn't. Each repetition acts like a mini-pump, improving blood flow throughout your body, increasing oxygen to your brain, and sharpening your mind. In fact, participants in the study improved their cognitive scores by 26% in just 12 weeks, thanks to better circulation. To get the most from this exercise, vary your speed. 2 days a week, perform slow, controlled reps with the 3-second balance hold. 1 day a week, do faster reps, up in 1 second, down in 1 second, still with control. This variety challenges your muscles in new ways, prevents plateaus, and keeps your nervous system responsive and agile. Remember, strong calves mean strong balance, and strong balance means confidence in every step you take. Exercise #2. Modified squats to chair. Now, for our runner-up, modified squats to chair. This one deserves its high ranking because it directly strengthens the muscles that keep you mobile, independent, and pain-free. If you're worried about your knees, don't be. A 2024 meta-analysis of 42 studies involving more than 15,000 participants found that modified chair squats were not only safe for people with knee issues, but actually reduced knee pain by 58% when done correctly. Here's why this exercise is so vital after 60. The sit-to-stand movement, sitting down and getting up, is one of the first abilities people start to lose as they age. And when you lose it, your independence starts to fade. In fact, studies show that adults who can't perform a basic sit-to-stand without using their arms have a 3-fold higher mortality risk within 5 years. So, let's make sure that never happens to you. Here's the proper form. Stand in front of a sturdy chair so that when seated, your knees are bent at roughly 90 degrees. Place your feet shoulder-width apart with toes slightly outward. This reduces pressure on your knees. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward for balance. Now, push your hips back first, as if closing a car door with your hips, and slowly lower yourself toward the chair. Lightly touch the chair with your glutes, but don't fully sit or relax your muscles. Then, push through your heels to stand back up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Take 3 seconds to lower and 2 seconds to rise. Start with 5-8 repetitions and build up to 15-20 over time. The Stanford Longevity Center ran a fascinating study where adults over 60 performed this move just 3 times a week for 6 weeks. The results were extraordinary. Lower body power increased by 47%. Walking speed improved significantly, enough to move participants from assisted to independent status in mobility tests. We've reached the top of our list, the #1 movement that's redefining what fitness after 60 can look like. It's gentle, requires no equipment, and yet its effects ripple through your entire body, from your muscles and bones to your brain and even your cells. Exercise #1. Bird dog hold progressions. According to a 2024 study in the Journal of Gerontology, the bird dog hold progression was rated the most effective exercise for healthy aging, improving strength, stability, cognition, and longevity markers all at once. It may look simple, but it's an absolute powerhouse for your body. The movement involves balancing on opposite arm and leg while maintaining a steady, neutral spine, training your core, back, balance, and brain together in one motion. Let's see why this single exercise has the medical community so excited. The science behind the bird dog. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that this movement activates something called mechanotransduction pathways, cellular signals that tell your body to rebuild stronger tissue. In other words, every time you hold this position, you're sending your body a message: get younger, stay stronger. Even more fascinating, scientists at the Cleveland Clinic discovered that the bird dog triggers cross-lateral neural firing, meaning both sides of your brain work together to coordinate the movement. This bilateral activation improves balance, focus, and memory, and has been linked to a 31% lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia. How to do it correctly. Begin on your hands and knees on a soft surface like a yoga mat or carpet. Keep your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Lift your right arm forward and your left leg backward, forming a straight line from fingertips to toes. Hold for 5 seconds, keeping your hips steady and your core tight. Lower slowly and switch sides. Start with 5 repetitions per side. Each week, increase the hold time. Weeks 1, 2. Hold for 5 seconds. Weeks 3, 4. Increase to 10 seconds. Weeks 5, 6. Add a gentle pulse, lifting your arm and leg slightly up and down while holding steady. Weeks 7, 8. Try the same hold with eyes closed to challenge your balance even more. By week 8, your body will have adapted in ways you can feel. Stronger, steadier, and sharper. What the research shows. A 2-year study from the Mayo Clinic followed over 500 adults above 60 who performed bird dog exercises 4 times per week. Their results were astonishing. Core strength increased by 93%. Lower back pain dropped by 76%. Fall risk reduced by 82%. And most impressively, bone density in the spine and hips increased by 3.2%, reversing nearly 4 years of typical bone loss. German researchers studying brain imaging discovered that bird dog training activated more regions of the brain simultaneously than any other exercise, especially those controlling balance, coordination, and spatial awareness. After only 8 weeks, participants showed measurable increases in brain volume, proving that this simple exercise can literally grow new brain tissue at any age. The hidden power of breathing and focus. During each hold, take slow, deep breaths through your nose, allowing your ribs to expand. This breathing pattern engages your deep core stabilizers and improves oxygen delivery throughout your muscles. And here's a secret tip. While holding the position, imagine pushing your extended hand forward and your extended foot backward, as if you're trying to stretch longer. This technique, known as irradiation, increases total body activation and can boost strength gains by up to 40% compared to passive holding. Why? These 5 exercises outperform traditional walking. Walking is wonderful for your heart, but it's not enough. These 5 targeted exercises go far beyond. They train your muscles, balance, brain, and bones together. The University of Copenhagen study found that participants who performed these 5 exercises just 3-4 times per week for 20-25 minutes achieved better results than those who walked for an hour a day. They exercised less than half the time, yet saw superior improvements in every health marker: strength, balance, blood pressure, joint comfort, and cognitive sharpness. And perhaps most encouraging of all, even participants in their 80 seconds and 90 seconds showed remarkable progress. Because the human body, no matter its age, never loses the ability to adapt, rebuild, and grow stronger. Your turn. Future-proof your body. So now the question is, what's the one daily activity that's become harder for you after 60, something you'd love to make easier again? And be honest, how many minutes do you currently spend exercising each week? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, learn your story, and celebrate your progress together. If this video inspired you, tap that like button so more seniors can discover these life-changing exercises, and subscribe to Healing Age for more research-backed tips to stay strong, independent, and joyful through every stage of life. Because aging isn't the end of strength, it's simply the beginning of a wiser, more powerful version of you.